Okay, everyone, I am here. I am approximately 5 minutes early. I am ready to go. I was watching the news a little while ago. Among the topics that I will be covering tonight, it seems like Mueller has found the reason why Trump, hi everyone, is collaborating with Putin. So, one second. Okay, I'm here. I hope everyone had a great weekend. And I was working. I was editing videos. I'm still putting the finishing touches on one that I would like to release tomorrow, or I believe tomorrow I'll be releasing something new. Uh, so that's what I did most of the weekend. And I also went over, I was looking at Putin's chart, and I realized after all that work, his time of birth is not accurate. So since it feels like to me the chart is close, although I will not present it, but I will still give my intuitive impressions about what I feel Putin wants, and also if I'm sure everyone heard that they found the potential quid pro quo between Trump and Putin, the reason for their collaboration. In any event, uh, I will be talking about these things, but since I'm still about a minute or two early, I am going to enlarge my screen. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Brielle. Oh my God. So, what's the temperature in Maui, Brielle? Hi, Teresa. Everything is well, thank you. How are you? Okay. Uh, Hi, Julie. Okay. I mean, the breaking news today, well, I feel, in my opinion, there were two major breaking news. It seems like uh, there is another leak of Trump's schedule. And like I said the last time, I feel like someone, and oh, okay, I did predict someone deep inside Trump's, close to Trump, would be betraying him. I feel that's why we are hearing about his schedule, because from what I heard in the news, and intuitively I feel that's correct. Uh, he has three schedules, and one of them is super secret or something to that effect. But what I feel like saying is, uh, Trump is a rich guy. He's used to certain things, and he's not used to the rigor of being like president and having those types of responsibilities, because he's not that motivated, because he doesn't see money or some kind of deal going on every day, like he's going to close on a condo, or he's selling that property, or he's building a golf course somewhere, and he can start counting the dollars that are supposed to be coming in. This is the presidency. So he's not very motivated. When I talked with him and they were discussing his schedule, that was my impression. My intuitively, that's what I get. Yes, he made certain promises to his base. For example, the wall is one of them, and he's pushing the people around him to get whatever it is they can get. At least he can get a win with the wall, so he can tell his base that he got that done. But other than those things, Trump really is not that motivated to accomplish very much. And also the other reason why he just sits there is to enable and allow the Republicans in the Senate and in the House. Now they can no longer do that, but that's what they've been doing for the past 2 years until Democrats took over. They passed their bills and sent it to Trump. They know it's a sure thing that Trump was going to sign, but Trump is ending up taking credit for it. But everything that was done, from the huge tax break that we are paying for now, because a lot of people are finding out that they are getting their tax return is a lot less than they were expecting. So that's part of the situation. But Trump is simply a paper pusher. He's not doing very much, and he's trying to say he works harder than everyone else. I don't believe that, because every time I talk with him, I don't feel he is that motivated to do a great job for the people. So those executive time that supposedly he takes, yeah, he's not doing very much. He's simply lounging around, watching TV, and calling his friends. And now they are trying to tell us that he's having meetings over the phone. Yeah. So I feel they are, again, like someone just posted on the chat, the man is a liar. Absolutely. That's what, hi Janet, how are you? That's what they are, basically they are all doing. And also that's one of the subject I wanted to touch on, so I'll just go into that. It feels like to me, everyone who works for Trump and the White House, they know he's a liar, and they know they are expected, he is expecting them to lie for him. So I feel they are all liars as well, because they don't have any qualm about going out and lie to the rest of us. Like there is an emergency at the border. And I am glad I heard today that governors, I believe California governor, and there is another governor, I don't know if it's New Mexico, they are pulling their National Guards away from the border, because they decided they are going to take Trump, they're going to call Trump for what he is, a liar. And I also heard the chiefs, the commanders in the military are beginning to complain that troop readiness is being affected, because Trump, for his own political gain, is putting the troops on the border. So there is, well, as I am saying that, there is a lot of there are a lot of issues that are coming together, because this would be unheard of about 4 or 5 months ago, or even 3 months ago, for the governors to say no, or for the governors to be pulling their troops. It feels like to me there is a fatigue that's setting in with Trump's lies, constant lying. And I did mention that I believe, now that I am saying that, I believe I created a video a few months ago where I said people were going to start calling Trump a liar without, or some of them would probably do it to his face. That's to come. But that's what's going on right now. There are a lot of forces that are beginning, a lot of people in high position like governors that are beginning to call Trump for what he is, and they are taking action. They are not simply talking. But the point I was trying to make is Trump expects everyone who works for him to lie. That's what I feel he's doing. I mean, that's his expectation of those who work for him. And I don't feel Trump is going to stop the lies. So, and that's one, now come to think of it, that's one thing, one of the things that are going to cause his downfall as well, among other things, because he has told so many lies. And from what I hear, Mueller is taking note of all those lies, and that resonates with me, with what I am picking up intuitively. And I also feel if it's not this week, it's going to be next week. There is another shoe that's going to drop from the Mueller investigation. There is something that's coming. There's going to be an announcement. It feels like to me there's a great possibility of an indictment coming between this week and next week. I can confuse time, but between this week and next, something big is coming. And the other reason why I started talking about the people who work for Trump accept the fact that they are going to lie for him is that guy, Mike Mulvaney or Mulvaney. He used to be a congressman. Every time I see that guy on TV talking, I get this sick feeling. He's arrogant. He thinks he knows better than everyone else. And this guy is not afraid to go out just like Trump. I know that's what is expected of him, and lie to everyone. So, and I get a sense that he's cheap. And, I don't feel he treats his family well. And he can be short-tempered as well. That's what I get whenever I see Mick Mulvaney or Mike Mulvaney, whatever his name is. I don't feel this guy is a nice guy, but arrogant as if it's unbelievable, his arrogance. That's what that's one reason why I wanted to bring up Trump's expectations of those who work for him. And, going forward, Trump, it feels like to me, he thinks he's going to be able to continue to bully people and calling them or degrading people and calling others derogatory names. I feel it's going to backfire on him at some point in the not too distant future, because people are so used to him doing those type of things. It feels like to me his base is already there. It feels like they are tired of of that behavior. There is a core of people in his base that are not going to turn away from him, but it feels like to me there's a great number of them that are turning away, and they are getting turned off by those by that behavior, calling people derogatory name, trying to degrade people, that type of situation. Susan Walker just posted that Trump is doing. Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to mention since you posted. Oh, I did mention that as well. I believe last week someone asked me how did I feel that about Trump, the Trump rally that's taking place tonight, and I said there was going to be a counter rally. There were going to be protests, and I feel that's what's going on down there. But I don't expect any. I don't expect any violence or anything of that sort. But he's not going to like it because Beto is good competition. He thought he was expecting to go to I believe El Paso and have a rally, and he would be the only one covered. All the TVs would be covering him or talk about him. Unfortunately for him, Beto is holding the rally, so he's not very happy about that. I would not be surprised if he says something about that tomorrow. Range Rover, thank you, Range Rover, for Range Rover says many in his base are pissed off that their huge tax cut aren't coming ever. Yes, I just mentioned that, Range Rover, that that's one of the things that a lot of them are beginning to realize because they are not getting the tax return, what they expected, the amount they expected. So, hi Colette, welcome to the group. I just saw your posting. Thank you, Paulette, for posting that. I appreciate it, and welcome. I hope we see you whenever you can. In any event, I feel that tax return, people are not getting the amount they were expecting then from the tax return is going to be an issue for Trump. But that's not what's going to take him down. It feels like to me it's what's to come. And I don't know, I mean, the number of people who are going to be testifying in front of Congress, I don't know if everyone heard it. Cohen, from what I understand, because he had surgery or something like that, and he's recovering or something is going on, so he can no longer testify tomorrow. So, excuse me, sorry about that. I thought I muted the mic. I had to clear my throat there. But I mean, if anyone is wondering whether he's going to testify, Cohen will testify. He simply had to postpone it because I don't feel he's lying. I feel his reasons for not being able to testify, I feel he's being honest. I just heard that he could make tomorrow a little while ago, about an hour or so ago, that they had to postpone it. But when I touch with him, I don't feel he's lying. So it's a good thing. Hi Shah, how are you? Hi Joy. In any event, I feel the bullying Trump has been doing and all those things are going to start turning against him. And I wanted to mention I think I said Mueller found or at least I think he has, because I was watching TV this afternoon, and they mentioned that Mueller found out the reason why Trump wanted to collaborate with him, or he wanted Trump to become president. They had a deal, something like he was hoping Trump would lift the sanctions against Russia, and he wanted Trump to allow him to take over Ukraine. And although I don't feel Putin's chart is valid, and I have been saying this before I saw Putin's chart, I have a few friends that I used to work with, and we still go out to lunch once in a while. They are Russians. And I was talking to them about Putin a couple of years ago. And I told them that I feel Putin's reign as as a Russian leader, I feel they are numbered. The reason why I'm not using the chart is because according to the notes for his chart and the program that I have with that has Putin's date of birth, and other information, the time is not accurate. That means the moon and the houses may not be in the proper places. But, I have an idea about how people behave when they have Pluto at the top of the chart. And Pluto is at the top of Putin's chart. Whenever we have that placement, or whoever has that placement, they want to control everything. They have huge egos, and you name it. And controlling others is one of the big things. Unfortunately for Putin, he has dark moon Lilith in the 10th house as well, which serves as whatever Putin wants most, he's not going to get it. And when I talked with Putin, the reason why he wanted Trump to become president, he thought or was hoping that Trump would allow him to just walk into Ukraine and take over. And from there, he was going to try to spread out towards Poland, Latvia, and those countries in Eastern Europe. And his goal is to reconstitute the Soviet Union. That's his goal. But you would never know that's what he's trying to do, because he's a very smart guy. The only thing is the universe is not with him. The universe is limiting his power. Well, yes, he has achieved tremendous, he has achieved a lot. But he will never get what he wants, which is to bring back the Soviet Union the way it was and on its heyday. He can still cause some damage. Thank you, Love Mystery. Love Mystery likes my shirt. In any event, that's what Putin's goal is. But I feel he's disappointed. But nevertheless, it feels like to me when I talk with him, if Trump was to survive what's coming the next few months, I don't think he will. Because the universe, just like the universe is limiting Putin's ability to achieve his dream, the same thing with Trump. When Trump won the presidency, he has the support of the universe. Now, all these good things, like I showed a week or two ago when I posted Trump's chart in my stream. He no longer has the support of the universe to continue doing what he was doing. And also somebody pointed out to me that he has Regulus. Yes, I knew about that, but thank you for, I don't remember the name of the person who pointed that out to me. But what I feel like saying is when you have Regulus in those great positions that bring you luck and you do great things, you can lose everything as well. But the point I'm trying to make is everything Trump is doing right now, they are no longer going to work. He still has, like I pointed out on the other chart, I don't remember exactly what the aspect was. He no longer has, the planets are not favorable to him. The positions of the planets that were protecting him and got him lucky, and he was able to coordinate with Putin and to be where he is at, those aspects are gone. So now he's wide open to anything. I mean, that's why all the lies are catching up with him. And now people are pulling troops out of away from the border. The governors, they are pulling their troops back and calling him for what he is. His past misdeeds are catching up and will continue to catch up with him. And everything is going to pile on. And today, according to the news, what Mueller found, the quid pro quo, all these things are going to catch up with Trump. And I heard somebody, and I felt the same, and I've mentioned that the way Mueller is going about the charges that they're going to throw at Trump, he's not going to be able to get out. And according to someone who used to be an assistant attorney general, they were commenting about potential findings that Mueller has, and they feel that he has more. That's my impression, but since I'm not a lawyer, I don't know how that works. All I know, all those things are coming together. That's how I feel. The stars are no longer in the lion chief's favor. That's correct, Cheryl. In any event, that's why Trump is going to fail. And also, I was trying to make a point before. I mentioned that I had lunch with my friends, and I was telling them that I didn't feel Putin was going to last very long as Russia's leader. And there is a report that I was looking at. You can run that report that shows you certain aspects of the planet are making, and it's not affected that much by time because those planets move slowly. When I went over that report, they call it primary direction. I was looking at Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. There are certain aspects that are taking place in Putin's chart. I feel Putin is going to be very vulnerable as far as his position in Russia in the next 2 to 3 years. No, he will not achieve. I feel whatever he already got from Ukraine, that's all he's going to be able to take. Yes, he can cause havoc on the poor people in that area, but I don't feel he's going to be able to accomplish much more. Even in Syria, I know Trump wants to. That's another big thing that's going on, and I know the military commanders are aware, and there is so much they can do. They cannot override the guy, but I feel that they know what Trump is trying to do. And I feel a lot of people in Congress as well. Trump pulling out of Russia is not just by chance. It's because of deal he has made with Putin. That's what I feel is going on. And but I feel Putin is not going to be able to hold on to whatever gain they are able to make in Syria, because financially the country is very poor. Well, the oligarchs are doing well, but regular Russians, things are getting worse and worse every day. That's what I hear from my Russian friends. And business, being able to do business in Russia is getting more difficult. So he's not going to have the means, the money to keep his troops over there for an extended period of time. So that too, I feel, whatever collaboration there was between Trump and Putin is not going to last very long. Putin is going to fail. And also there is, you know, he tends to want to show off, Putin that is, and sometimes he makes promises that he cannot keep, or promises more than he can do. That's going to backfire on Putin as well. So I feel that whatever Trump tried to do with Putin, whatever reason, yes, Trump succeeded in being president and becoming president, but I don't feel it's going to bode well for him. Somebody mentioned her husband thinks that there is going to be a shutdown. I don't think so. Teresa Cole says her husband believes there will be another shutdown. He's not a Trump fan. I understand that, but you know, I would be shocked. I can be wrong, but if that happens, expect people to take to the streets. And the Republican Party, the price would be so high. I don't think Republicans want something like that. When I talked with McConnell, when it comes to the shutdown, I don't see how that's going to happen. First of all, that's one thing I meant to talk about the shutdown at first, but I started and I have it written down in my note. I had it written in my note to mention. The picture I get, if there was to be a shutdown, some people would take to the streets. And the people, and also the notion that he would ask people to work for free, I don't think that's going to happen. And by the way, I heard today some federal employees still have not gotten their back pay. So there's a lot of grumbling. I don't feel the Republicans, not even Trump. Let me say this, and that's one of the reasons why I was talking about Mulvaney earlier, and I called him, you know, and I did not only Mulvaney was on TV yesterday talking about what, you know, in order for Trump to sign, Trump would have to have what he wants in order for him to sign the bill to keep the government open. And he was talking about nothing is off the table, including the shutdown. And that really irked me. And I started reading from him and the other people, because I usually don't touch on underlings around Trump because they're just following orders. And that's when I realized all these people made a conscious decision to lie to all of us. And that really annoyed me, including Mulvaney. He's the one who was saying about the shutdown. Yeah, I dare them to shut it down. I don't think that's gonna happen. So, excuse me. I uh, I don't feel I don't see a shutdown, to be honest with you. Oh, if Trump was to shut this thing down, if we noticed last time, it took almost 30 days for the airlines, air traffic controllers to start complaining. This time around, if Trump, okay, the reason why I'm doing that is because I have been touching with different parts of the government, and also I follow what happened last time, the pattern of disintegration. So I was looking at the air traffic controllers, the people who work for the federal government, and those that who were called to work for free, or to postpone their payments. I don't feel they're going to wait this time. And the air traffic controllers, within days, I feel we would hear Trump would hear from them. They would not wait weeks like they did the last time. When I touch with them, that's what I feel. And other people would start. They wouldn't be happy. There would be a major slowdown and services. So it wouldn't be like the last time. I don't, and I feel McConnell and the other Republicans in the Senate are fully aware of that. Uh, I'm sorry, but I don't mean to disagree, but I don't feel a shutdown. The thing he may want to do is declare an emergency. That too. When I talk with the when I touch with the Republicans, uh, I don't feel it's a good thing. So I would be shocked if that was to happen. So, and the other, hi, Mystery. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, copies. Okay. Uh, 1 second. Someone asked me a question about Trump. Debbie is asking, do I see Trump calling a state of emergency? Yes, that's what I just said, Debbie. I don't know if you typed that before I mentioned it. This is what I feel he's leaning towards, but I feel like saying there's a very good chance uh, they will reach an agreement, or at least being close, because I can confuse time. But you know, there is a lot of Republicans are talking like Lindsey Graham. You know, I know this may sound funny. Lindsey Graham is saying one thing. He's hoping, like, let's say, for example, a couple of times he's gone on TV or on Twitter. He says, or saying that he hopes Trump declare a state of emergency and blah blah blah. As I thought with Graham, he's saying that, but he's hoping that Trump doesn't do it. That's what I feel when I touch with him. So, in a baby called Trump, the orangutan and chief. somebody posted that legislation should be passed to protect federal workers' paychecks during the shutdown. I believe that was passed. Welcome, welcome, Bao. It did pass, but a lot of federal workers did not get their paycheck yet. At least not their back pay. So, but I feel they're gonna get it. It's just that I'm surprised. I would expect, given how Trump took responsibility for this, he would make sure, and a lot of his people who voted for him, were victims. I would expect him to do something. That's how selfish and self-centered this guy is. Self-centered he is. And somebody made a comment about. Somebody asked, "Do I feel Nancy Pelosi will avoid removing Trump from office?" Hart, I don't feel Nancy, and also, but make him powerless, thus avoiding disrupting the country. I don't feel Nancy Pelosi is afraid of any of those things. If there is ground for Trump to be impeached and removed from office, well, the Senate may not vote to remove him from office, but you know what? If there is enough evidence, the senators are so tired of him, and they know his poll numbers are going down, Nancy Pelosi will not hesitate to impeach him. It's going to be up to the Senate to remove him. I feel there's a very good chance, if there is enough evidence that he did of his wrongdoings, which I feel are going to be found, if they were not found already, because according to the news, Mueller potentially has evidence why Trump collaborated with Putin. So, because they wanted him to become president, they feel like whatever they have on him, they can get whatever they want from him. So, the Nancy Pelosi's of this world, yes, you know something? I was around when they impeached Clinton. I know Trump is not like Clinton. Thank you, Sharo. Clinton is 100 times smarter than Trump. I mean, there is no comparison. I'm saying 100 times. That there's no comparison between Clinton and Trump. The country was still functioning. Right now, if Trump is impeached, he's going to try to cause as many disruptions as possible. But I feel there are ways they will handle him, and not much he's going to be able to do about it. That's so. To answer your question, I forget who asked me that question. Yes, Nancy Pelosi will do it, because the base of the Democratic Party, that's what they want. They'll do it, but there has to be strong evidence of wrongdoing on his part. That's what I feel. I got to hold this, and I mentioned it, but yes, I feel like saying Nancy is not going to be afraid at all to let him know. Somebody posted that, let me see, Nancy Pelosi has many past lives as generals. I wouldn't be, that's one thing I've never thought of doing. And one of these days, maybe I should try to go back a few lives for Nancy Pelosi, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was a general in the past at some point, because before she even before she became speaker, in fact it was during a live stream, and we were discussing whether she should become speaker or not. I did mention she is one of the few people I felt would put Trump in a vice. So I feel I was right. she will do. She is okay. I know. I was watching Morning Joe the other day, and I believe uh, it was Mika that said she knows her power and she's not afraid to use it. And I feel that's what it takes to deal with people like Trump. Please, everyone, excuse me. Sorry about that. I have a little phlegm in my throat. Please click on the thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. From what I understand, it is very important for, I mean, that's one of the parameters that YouTube collects and how they evaluate and post and present my videos to the public. So I would really appreciate it if we if you touch the click on the thumbs up. And someone asked me, will AOC be president one day? I feel she will run. Pat is asking me about AOC. I feel she will run at some point, but I don't feel it's going to be now. It's going to be probably another 10, 15 years. I feel, yes, definitely. She has it in mind to do. So, yes. And someone else asked me, one second, about something about okay. In any event, someone asked me a question about Trump, and I don't remember what the question was. That's why I am scrolling back up. I don't see it. Okay. In any event, okay, a number of people, that's one thing I wanted to mention, that they are talking about Ivanka being pregnant. I am not saying no, she's not. I want to make clear that I am not getting a feeling that she's pregnant. So I have to be honest with that. I felt like last week and the week before, she wasn't feeling well, and at one point I saw her laying down. But she may very well be pregnant, but I'm not getting it yet. Once I get it, believe me, I'll be very happy to post it and put it out there. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say it if I have not seen it. Someone just posted that the flight attendant union calls for a strike if Trump shuts down again. I just read, oh, thank you for posting this. Really? Well, it's going to, oh my God. Thank you for posting this. Joy just posted something that she just heard in the news. I was all weekend, that's what I was doing. I was saying, well, I am not going to sit here and say to people I am 100%. Okay? So I felt there is the probability of Trump shutting down the government is very small. And I said to myself, okay, just in case, if he shuts it down, what would happen? And exactly right, Joy. Yeah, the airlines, the people in the tower, yes, they would. I mean, they would shut down the country. I'm not surprised. You're talking about the flight attendants. Well, that's what we are finding out now. Thank you for posting this, Joy. It's amazing. But yes, it's going to be a lot more than that. Okay, and people would be taking to the streets if he does it. Oh, they have? Oh, wow. News is breaking tonight. They have reached an agreement in principle to avoid another government shutdown. Okay. I mean, I'm very happy to hear this, but I am not surprised because there is no way. I could not fathom this. That I just looked at my TV to see if it's on. I mean, I'm not on CNN, but uh, yeah, if they shut down the government again, it's not going to be like last time. Absolutely not. So, thank you for posting this, and thank you, Teresa. Uh, yeah, there is no way because I know a lot of people are worried. A lot of people text me and call me and asking me. I'm like, I don't see it. I didn't see, and it would not go over very well at all. And really, Stephen, well, I will repeat what Stephen just posted. Trump, or if Trump signs, the agreement will fund until 4. Stephen, he will sign. He doesn't want to get himself into trouble because uh, the air traffic controllers and the flight attendant, somebody just posted that they said they would strike, but the traffic controllers would bring everything to a halt. So if the flight attendant are striking, trust me, uh, there is something going on more than that, and that would uh, start the ball rolling, and to getting this man out of office. Jenny's Angel says, I look nice tonight. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. That's my white shirt from my old corporate days. Oh, I have to post a picture of myself I found that I took about, oh my God, maybe 20 years ago when I used to be in the corporate world. One of these days, I'm going to have to do one of those throwback days. Trump knows if he doesn't sign, he can kiss his campaign. Yes, and a baby, yes, he can kiss his campaign goodbye. All right, but I don't feel, let me say one more thing. I feel Trump thinks that if he were to last long enough to make to run for president again, that things were going to be exactly the same as they were last time for him. I don't think so. And this time around, people are so fed up with him. He's going. I mean, if he lasts, I don't think so. There is going. It's going to be a rude awakening for him. I don't see how this is going to work for him at all. But you never know. Maybe I'm dreaming, but and the key thing that makes me a little even more certain is the quid pro quo. Quid pro quo they are talking about that Mueller has. I feel that's going to be. I feel it's going to be major. I feel it is. I feel they gave us they cracked the door open a little bit for people to know what's coming down the pike for Trump. That's what it feels like to me. I feel that the reason why they said that in court and some people found out, I don't feel it was by mistake. Thank you, Hart. I really appreciate it. Hart says, you have a heart of gold with razor sharp insight. A pleasure to sit with. Thank you. I appreciate it. Means a lot to me. But I love doing this. The only thing is I'm still getting used to this format, and I have to prepare before I come on. But I'm getting used to it because I'm used to. I don't like to say things without being able to validate what I am talking about. That's one of the issues that I have when I do when I live stream like this, but it's okay because I mean well, I got validation because I mentioned earlier as I was talking that the air traffic controllers were going to cause issues, and somebody just posted that the flight attendant were going to go on strike. So, yeah. So I'm glad that happened. But that's one thing I'm trying to get used to. But it should be okay. I simply have to prepare before I come on. Yes, somebody's mentioning about Trump health, and he had that physical, and they said if he runs a second time, he should be healthy, and I don't think so. I feel he has health problems. They know about them, but we are not being told. So I don't feel. Thank you, Hart. I appreciate it. I don't feel. I feel Trump has some issues, and also the doctor on CNN, Dr. Gupta, was talking about it over the weekend. I did not listen to the whole thing because I was running around trying to get things done. I feel he's correct about Trump's coronary heart disease situation. And I feel one of these days he may cause himself some major Dr. Randy's is giving him pills. Absolutely. But yes, I mean, he's getting the greatest of care, but that doesn't mean he won't have a coronary event while being under this much pressure. Believe it or not, he's not a happy guy. He never expected a resistance like he's getting from all of us, because we are included. So, well, Colette mentioned that he has high blood pressure too. I wasn't getting, but I wouldn't be surprised because of his weight. So, in any event, and that's not good news if they mention that. The thing is, given everything that's going on, as far as I am concerned, as I touch with him, he's running. He's lucky. That's how I feel. Ini Baby, okay. Ini Baby said, did I see her message about Dennis Siegel? Yes, I saw your message. Was that Susan? I'm sorry, Susan. Yes, I saw your message, but I didn't have a chance to take a look at. I love when she posts videos, but I didn't have a chance to watch it yet because I was trying to prepare so I could come on tonight. Because before I come on, I have topics I want to read about, so I had to get everything together before I came on. Oh, anybody here was, when I first came on, did anybody see the first, what I posted first for the first couple of seconds to a minute? Who has been here since the beginning? I'm trying something. I want to know, I would like to have some feedback, please. Noel is asking me what would be the next shoe to drop. I feel somebody's going to get indicted, Noel, within the next week or so. Stephen, what do you think? I mean, it's a little lake in my area. It's not very clean, but I it's a little bit of art. I'm trying to. Yes, there was okay. The idea with that, Stephen, and everyone, before I come on, I'm gonna post a message letting everyone know that I will be right on. It will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and the topics that I'm going to be discussing for the hour or for the half hour. And also, I'm going to put some artwork. I mean, it's just pictures that I take myself, and I'll put them. Do you think that was good, Stephen? I'm looking for comments about how I am doing I'm doing this. So if I'm heading in the right direction, thank you, NBQ. I appreciate it. But yes, that's how I want people to know the content of the show, even after I am done. And the other thing I'm going to be start doing is, well, since I'm talking about it, I'll end the show like that. I'm going to have time. I'm going to discuss each topic that I post. I'm going to, for example, from 8 to 8:15, I'm going to talk about subject A. From 8:15 to 8:30, subject B. And like that, I'm going to start posting those things going forward. I almost forgot, artist. I almost forgot to mention it because I started talking and forgot about it. Thank you for, somebody mentioned something, I don't remember what they said, that reminded me to ask everyone how did they like my art, my little artwork, my first screen when I came on. So like that, when people click on the video, at least they know what to expect. Jenny's Angel is asking me, have I ever done any remote viewing? All the time, Jenny. In fact, I've done it here a number of times. Somebody was in the chat a couple of weeks ago, I think, and they asked me the same question, and I described their house for them. So yeah, I mean, it's, once you have this gift, you can do these things. It's a matter of, you just go out and do it. Let's see, Susan Lucy from All My Children just had a merge. Oh my God. What? Okay, so they found it. So that's good. Susan Lucci had, yeah, they found, that happens. That's, yeah. Well, thank God she has good care, medical care, so they found it. Brielle wrote down that Burt Reynolds wrote a book, and he had 2 chapters on Trump, saying that he wishes that Trump doesn't ruin the United States like he ruined football. Well, yeah, I grew up in New York, so I remember those days well. He ruins everything he touches. We are not surprised in this area. And someone else. Thank you, Ada. Yes, that's because I changed the format because a lot of people they wanted more something that everyone can would enjoy. That's why I changed the format. But I'm thinking of other ideas. There are other things I am going to introduce as well until I find the magic bullet to increase the number of subscribers, but I will still be tweaking anyway. What I'm going to be introducing, but I'm going to do that mostly for when I post videos, is I'm glad I'm doing 3 streams where I only discuss politics and whatever questions everyone has about politics. And I'm going to post for the when I post videos, I'm going to add a little more to it. I will do some politics at first, the first few minutes, but after that I'm going to add some entertainment, because some people ask me about. Thank you, Cheryl. Yes, I'm a work in progress. I'm going to add like some, reading about, about the people in the entertainment industry, about technology. So I'm going to include all those things so that I can broaden my my viewership. So at least more people will find something they like on the channel. Yes. Bao said, yes, Bao, you're correct. I should have mentioned that, but Bao posted something to the fact that Trump told Sarah Sanders that she didn't need to do any more briefings, and since he didn't like the coverage. Yeah, that is true. I kind of sensed that, but I don't know. Did that just come out, Bao? And the baby is asking, how soon when the next indictment? I've been expecting this since Thanksgiving, but for some reason I feel between this week and next, there's something coming down. Yes, Stephen, I'm on every Wednesday morning from 10 to 10:30. So half hour on Wednesday morning, an hour on Mondays and Fridays. Okay, everyone. Thank you, those in the audience who are watching. I appreciate your support. Please subscribe. And those who are in the chat, keeping everyone entertained and asking questions, I appreciate it. Have a good night, everyone, and a great week. Please, if you have comments, please post. And if you have something that you would like me to, a topic you would like me to cover, I will cover it. Someone wanted me to do something on Madonna. I am sorry I haven't done it yet, but yes, I will include something on Madonna sometimes this week. But the last video I did yesterday, I'm finishing it either tonight or tomorrow morning, but I'll post it most likely tomorrow morning. The Madonna thing won't be in there, but I am working on finishing editing a video tonight. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for coming. Have a good night and a great week. I will see you Wednesday morning at, wait a minute, I said 10 o'clock. Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, California. I'm quite, so you guys are about three hours behind. So I will see everyone on Thursday. Have a good night. Bye.